Hello everyone, welcome to this channel. This is Parikshit. Today we are going to learn about different types of animations in Android. As you can see, I have already designed the layout for this particular tutorial. So there is an image and 5 buttons. Basically there are 4 types of animations in Android. The translate animation, rotate, scale and alpha. Also, you can combine multiple animations in one, which is set. We are going to animate this image view on click of all these buttons. I have already assigned IDs to all these views. As you can see, image underscore animation and all these buttons. I have already assigned the objects IDs. So now let's go to our Java code. Here I have already initialized all the views, that is buttons and image. I have created one function, that is initialize, and in that I have already initialized all the buttons and image view and already implemented the on-click listener. So we can directly go to creating animations and implementing them. So let's begin. For creating animations, we have to create a folder which is anim folder. As you can see, you just have to go to Android resource directory and then just press A and this anim option will come up. Now to create animations, we have to create files in this folder. So when we click on anim, it gives us option that animation resource file. So here our first animation is translate, so we'll name it translate and yes. So what is translate animation? So basically in translate animation, we can move object from left to right, bottom to top, top to bottom in any direction on this axis, X and Y axis. So in this tutorial, we are going to move this image view from left to right, that is minus X to plus X. So minus is the negative X axis. So we will start from X delta, which is minus 1000, and the initial position of this image, that is its current position, is 0. So we will come from minus 1000 to 1. Now for every animation we have to provide duration, that for how much time the animation will happen. Let's say 2000. So this is our translate file. Now to use it, we have to create its object in Java code. So let's do this. Animation anim translate. Again we will have to initialize anim translate, animation utils dot load animation, this is the context, and r dot anim dot translate. So this way we have initialized the animation object. Now on click of this button, let's animate the image view. Image animation dot start animation. So anim translate. Now we will run this code on the device connected so that you can see how this animation works. I have my device connected. So this is the process. You can create animations in Java as well, but initially it's better to learn how to create animations in XML. So we are doing that. So for now, let's create all other files here. That is rotate and this rotate animation. Then we have scale animation. And the last one is alpha. As you can see, by default we see the set animation object there, so that we are going to implement at last. So alpha. So now it is installing the APK file and launching the activity. So now, as you can see, this is our view, whatever we have designed. So now when we click on translate, the image will come from left to middle in 2 seconds. Again we will click in 2 seconds. So this is the animation, translate animation. So now we will go to the next animation, that is rotate. So what is rotate animation? So basically it will rotate this image anticlockwise or clockwise for particular duration. So for that we need from degrees to 2 degrees. So from degrees will be 0, and let's have one rotation. And what is one rotation? One rotation will be of 360 degree. So 360 degrees. And duration we have to manually pass here. They are not suggesting this function here. Okay, so now while we animate this rotate this image, one thing we have to know, consider that what will be its rotating point. If we want its rotation to happen from the middle, then we have to pass the pivot values. The pivot value define what will be the middle or rotating point. So x and y, considering x and y axis, this middle portion comes at 50% from x and 50% from y. So that's why pivot value is 50%. Pivot x is 50%. Now we'll go to anim rotate. Anim will create all other objects. Anim alpha anim rotate equal to animation utils dot load animation this dot anim dot rotate. So now we can animate the image on click of this button, anim rotate. Again run this, let's run this so that you will understand how all this animation works. It's indexing and installing the APK. So now it's here. Now let's click on rotate. As you can see, it is rotating the image in 360 degree in 2 seconds. So this duration is basically in millisecond, which is 2 seconds. 2000 milliseconds is 2 seconds. So now let's go to our third animation, that is scale animation. Scale animation is basically the image will be loaded from its minimum size to current size. Let's say this is the image here, so it will be the smallest and it will increase its size to this current size. So you will understand when we implement it. So for that we have to pass from x scale and from y scale. So from scale will be 0 and to scale will be 1. Again, from loading it in center or the middle of this image, pivot will be 50% and duration is 2000 milliseconds. So this is the scale animation. Anim scale, and here we will say scale. Image start animation, anim scale. Till then we can create the last animation as well, the set animation. So it is the set object. So it's APK is installed now. So we will see scale. So this is the scale, that is 0. So again we can go back to this file and you will see from 0 to 1, from the middle, that is 50%, and in 2 seconds. You can reverse this by saying from 1 to 0. It is same in case of rotate. You can reverse it in anti-clockwise giving minus degrees, like this, from 0 to minus 360. So it will go anti-clockwise. Now alpha, let's go to alpha animation. So this animation is basically fading. So from 0 to 1, So it is fading in, and 1 to 0 it is fading out. So we will fade in this image. 2000. Now again we have already, let's define the last animation, that is set as well. Then we don't have to initialize it every time. Animation set, and here we will initialize both of them, animation alpha, anim alpha, and set. So alpha and set. In on-click listener also, start animation alpha, anim alpha. So this is it. We'll run this. So these are basically 4 types of animation, and in last we will see how can we combine 2 animations. So here we have already loaded it. So now let's go to our file. So you will get some idea that yes, so alpha fading in. So if you want to fade out, it will come from 1 to 0. Okay, so these are the 4 animations. Now what we'll do, we'll combine 2 animations, like we'll rotate and scale in this set animation. So you will see there are 4 tags here: rotate, scale, translate, and alpha. So what we'll do, we will scale this image from 0 to from 0 to 1 to 1. Pivot values will be 50%. Pivot value 50%, and duration we will pass the same 2 seconds. Now rotate is from degrees 0 to degrees 360, and pivot values 50%, and duration can be different. It can be different, so it will animate accordingly. So now we have this set animation ready. We'll implement it. We already have initialized with that particular file. So now let's just play this. Start animation, anim, set. Now let's install this. So set animation is basically a combination of 2 animations. You can play with this group of animation differently as per your idea, and use all this combination of all these animations. Now as we can see, on click of set, we will see it rotating as well as scaling. So these are all the types of animations. We'll see all of them one by one. This is rotate, this is scale, this is alpha, which is fade in, fade out, and set is the combination of different animations. So this is it from this tutorial. In the description of this video I will share the links of the application or games that we have developed using this animation, so you will get better idea that how can you use this simple animation and develop something interesting. So thank you for watching this video. See you in the next.